We are going to talk today about Lavender Marriage.
Expect the unexpected.
You fucking idiots.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't eat that.
Get away.
Yes, and I'll
Come out tomorrow.
Welcome to Brutally Honest with Sam and Jacob. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jacob. And we're here to get brutally honest with you and with ourselves and absolve everybody of their sin.
Hallelujah!
Samantha's wearing her Quaker hat today, so
Yes, I love it. And I'm also wearing my brand new summer sandals. I've been looking all summer for them. My sunburn, by the way, is pretty much completely healed. Uh, it was like being a snake there for a few
it
days.
was. I'm still peeling.
Yeah, but yours wasn't as deep as mine. I think the lesson is the deeper it is, the quicker it peels because the more it scalds you. But God, it was really bad. It was really bad. And I never heard from Whole Foods, by the way. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, we are going
I'm
to
gonna
talk today a
get a
little.
little more cozy.
Situate yourself and
Yeah.
settle in.
Settle down
Settle
there.
in now. We are going to talk today about Lavender Marriage.
Yes.
You've heard this term probably, maybe you haven't, but it's all over the web and social media, and we have been kind of the poster children for it, even though we didn't want to be at first.
Right. We're like, hello, this is a mixed orientation relationship,
Right.
which is a term and it does exist, and that would be the correct term to define what our relationship is. However, for some reason, it seems like the masses are able to wrap their head around the concept of a lavender marriage more.
Yeah.
Even though, like, it's literally in the definition, mixed orientation, two people of different sexual orientations coming together in a relationship.
Yeah. Lavender is just simpler, and
It's
people like
pretty.
the thought of
I
lavenders.
do love lavender.
I do too. But we want to talk about maybe what it is and how we differ from the original definition of lavender marriage, which in our opinion there's some problems with it
Yeah.
when it was originally established.
Yes.
And yeah, just give some backstory to that.
Historically, lavender marriages, I feel like I'm going to burp. Excuse me. I just had a banana with cinnamon and coconut peanut butter. Perfect snack.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, historically, lavender marriages were used to kind of cover up a gay individual's identity.
Yeah. What we now refer to as a beard, which is where a gay person will get into a heterosexual relationship so that they can appear to the world to be straight.
Right.
And these marriages were done a lot in old Hollywood, in the olden days, for many a reason, and mostly to cover up the fact that somebody's gay.
Yeah, and we are now seeing this resurgence of lavender marriages, but lavender marriages that, again, like seem to be marriages of convenience. So the convenience has changed from the olden days, like it's convenient for me to hide my sexuality, to okay, now we're out and about, we're proud to be gay, but we're marrying our gay best friend because we didn't find who we wanted to in life. We think it would be better to do life with a person rather than doing it alone. Or, maybe due to economic reasons, a lot of people are like, well, let's share this, let's share these bills. There's so many reasons why people do them in this day and age. But we've always kind of maintained that we are not a lavender marriage specifically because we have just felt that it kind of cheapens the beauty and the what we really have, which is a love match.
Right. It's a soulmate connection that has, as we say, no convenience. It's actually inconvenient. It's fighting against the
Nature.
constructs and natures of ourselves. And that's how you know something really works. That's how you know it's meant to be if it shouldn't be, and yet it is anyway.
Right. It's kind of like I don't know why it just popped into my head. It's when expect the unexpected. Big Brother just started, so we're down the Big Brother hole. We could go into that later. Everything was working against you and I
Hmm.
in terms of what should have happened, but really everything was working for us because we've married for true love.
Right.
And I think that's why we have been a little adamant to be like, don't lump us in with the lavender marriage community. Not that
Yeah.
we don't support lavender marriages, we just have felt that we we didn't do this because it did anything for our lives other than make our lives it was just the order of things and how it was destined to be. You were never planning on finding a partner in your life. Like
Right.
you had a different outlook on marriage and stuff. And for me, I was in a place where I was like, I don't think that my perfect person. I hoped that he had been out there, but I didn't know that you were out there. And when I actually met you, it's one of those things that we always say it was written in the stars, and we could not help but to be together because we love each other. And uh, not to say that people in lavender, these more modern lavender marriages, don't love one another, but we love one another on the deep romantic level that anyone who's with their person loves one another. It's not a platonic love,
Right.
which a lot of people I think get confused. They are quick to say, "You guys have a platonic love."
Right. Well, there's a lot. I think there's probably millions of gays and their best friends who are like, if we don't find somebody, we're going to get married. Like, as this sort of joke, sort of not joke thing. And I
Right.
think they think that's us. And it's totally different from that. And if you, that's the route that your life takes you,
We support you.
we support you, and we're not trying to cast judgment upon you. Our thing is we encourage people to find their soulmate. And I think there's a huge difference in the two.
Yeah, and our understanding of a soulmate is literally your heart's deepest love companion. Your soulmate finds each other in different lifetimes. It's it's the other piece of you.
Yeah.
And I know people say, "Well, you can have friends who are soulmates." I'm like, "Yes, but it's just different." And if you've experienced like a love this deep, you just know. And I don't know how to spell it out other than how we've said it before, which is it's like that fairy tale movie romance where it's like, we said this on the New York Times.
Na, 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 na. Also, some interesting things about lavender marriages of the past. There were a lot of Hollywood marriages that had a gay, usually man, married to a woman. And something a lot of people don't know is that Judy Garland and Vicente Minnelli, he was a openly gay man, and
Hmm.
they were married for a brief period of time, but that produced Liza Minnelli, which is maybe unbelievable that that sort of marriage created a being like that. Of course it did.
Right,
It created the ultimate hag.
right,
Um, and Charles Lawton and Elsa Lancaster. Elsa Lancaster is the bride of Frankenstein.
right.
They were married forever, and he was an openly gay man. Now they had an open marriage where he would have boyfriends and things, which we don't have. We are monogamous.
Which I think is the thing that makes some people unable to digest us.
Right. I think they think that I am suppressing myself
Hmm.
by being in a marriage with a woman, and they don't understand that when you're with your soulmate, you are there's
The
something
stuff that
interesting going on
happens
outside.
outside our
There's
apartment.
somebody walking by with a giant grin and a shopping cart outside our apartment. There's no reason a shopping cart should be going through our apartment
No, but
complex.
yesterday we were on our long 5 mile walk. We talk about our 5 mile walks because we advocate for them. We want everyone to do them. I swear they make your life better. And we get home, and the second we arrive at our apartment, one of the neighbors is going, fire, fire,
Mm-hmm.
fire. She's on the phone with the fire department or 911. And then she turns the corner and she's like, and there's smoke, and there's smoke. And we're thinking, oh, fuck, it's our
Like our
apartment.
building's on
Like, I was like
fire.
really worried that our apartment building was on fire. And you never know because I guess like a few years ago, one of the apartments like exploded on, remember? There was one that
Our apartment did.
our
Oh
apartment?
no, the
No, the
one
one
up
above
there, the one
us.
above, kind of diagonally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But apparently somebody was keeping their flammable tanning lotion in with the radiator or the heater, the water heater, and it caused an explosion and burned them.
Well, luckily,
But people who live in apartments do stupid shit.
I know, I know. Luckily, the person whose apartment was on fire, it was just an oven fire, but there were
Yeah.
three fire trucks that did come, and it was
They
just,
got a giant fan out and blew all the smoke out of the apartment.
and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about
Yeah.
that. You can read
Anyway,
between the lines.
yeah. So we always say that your mental health, by being not in a lavender marriage that suppresses your gayness, is probably the best option for the gay person. For me, it definitely is. I feel liberated by being able to talk about being gay and being open instead of using my partner as a way to cover it up.
Why do you not feel suppressed? Like, do you feel like you're suppressing your gayness by
No, not
being
at all. I
monogamous
forgot
with
we were,
me?
that's where we were at before the shopping cart rolled through our conversation. I don't feel suppressed at all. When you're with the person you are meant to be with, it's the ultimate thing.
I
It's
agree.
it's the it's the greatest thing ever. And it's not a suppression of anything.
So, why are we talking about lavender marriages if we are in a mixed orientation relationship? We've decided that we are going to reclaim a little bit about what lavender marriages are.
Hmm.
Like, I guess technically you can lump us in with the lavender marriage community, and we keep getting lumped in with them. So
Right.
we're like, okay, great. Why not accept this and say we are showing that there can be this variation within this?
Yeah. We're kind of like the tomato. Like some people can't decide if it's a fruit or a vegetable, and it's
It
best
tastes like a vegetable.
it does. And it's used alongside other vegetables usually.
Right.
Like you don't put fruit as a topping on your sandwich or your hamburger. And it's just like, fine, if you're gonna label me a
The only
fruit.
fruit you would do that is an avocado.
Oh, well, that's true too. I don't even think, and see, I think of an avocado as a vegetable
I
too.
know, I agree.
So, whatever pill people can swallow about us,
Yeah,
I'm willing to accept
yeah, because
because,
our message,
right, is bigger and has more going on for it than us having to sit here and beat home that we're mixed orientation and not
I know.
lavender and yada, yada, yada.
And sometimes people will approach us or they'll like comment and be like, well, why do you keep going through this if people are not like, who cares if some people just don't get it? The people who get it.
Yeah.
Yes, but also the whole message of us talking about it is that we just want to normalize these dynamics because it was fucking hard for us in the beginning.
Hmm.
It was confusing because we had no idea that you could be a gay man in a relationship with a straight woman. It was confusing for the straight woman, and I'm not going to speak for you, but I know how you feel.
Yeah, it was a
Confusing for the
whirlwind.
gay.
It was very confusing. It was just like it the more it worked, the more confusing it got. That
Exactly.
was the thing, is it's like it's working, okay, we're able to be intimate.
Hmm.
And that was like the first big hurdle where
Right.
it was like we are intimate, now we're living together, this is working, and then certain feelings come up, and then you start going, my god, like this is working, this is now a year into the relationship, I never thought this was possible, and why is it working, is it going to just fall, you're worried it's just going to crumble one day,
Yeah,
and you're more invested every day.
and as we kept like evolving and as our life kept being built together, it kept feeling like it was so magical that it felt like it had to be fake. And if we had had ourselves or an example like us to just say, look, love is love means this too.
Right,
I
right.
think that we could have just been like, okay, this is love is love.
Yeah.
Also, we started dating in 2017. A lot of conversations about identifying any certain pronouns were really like not on the market yet. Like
Yeah.
some people identified as their pronouns, but this was a conversation that hadn't even hit the ground
Hit the
running
mainstream,
yet.
yeah.
So I think with the conversations of, oh, how do you identify? And with people being more comfortable to come out and say, this is how I identify. I also am transitioning, and
Mm.
there's just more conversations that allow us to talk about how we feel and who we are, and be we didn't have that at the beginning.
Right. And also, one thing I've been realizing over this, I've been thinking about this a lot the last few months, is that there's this whole culture of us talking about our feelings, getting our feelings out in the open, and it's amazing.
Hmm.
But I'm also seeing what I consider people dwelling in things.
Yeah.
And I want to make clear that when we live our lives in our day, we're not dwelling in this idea that I'm gay. It's just like we just live a normal life. When we talk about it openly for the sake of reaching other people, but our whole existence isn't about me being gay.
Yeah, we're not like, good morning, gay
Right.
husband.
It's
Good
just,
morning.
yeah, and it's
It's
not
your
like
Jacob.
our friends aren't like always constantly referencing it, and we don't feel the need to
Yeah,
talk
we like
about
don't
it
talk
all the
about it with
time.
anyone.
Sometimes when it like we meet a new person, we'll throw it out there just because it's like it just kind of like opens a door into vulnerability,
Yeah.
and it just kind of gives them, because sometimes I know we'll meet somebody and they're looking at me, particularly other gay men. I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
I
they're
know that
looking at
too.
me and they're like, wait a minute, you're married to this woman, but yet I can tell you're gay.
And like I'm thinking in their head that they must be thinking, "Oh, honey, who's gonna tell her?" And I'm
Right.
like, "Don't worry, I'm aware." So it's
Right.
almost like we just say it to get the elephant in the room
Out
out.
there. Yeah.
And
But then we just kind of move on. It's
yeah,
not really, and the dwelling thing is really interesting because I think people will use that as a pity party for themselves,
oh yeah,
or a way to play victim in life, and oh my god, I'm so gay, or I'm so this or that, that I need to get all the sympathy all the time.
yeah.
And we're
It's
not looking for sympathy whatsoever
No,
here.
we're just trying to like normalize a different form of love. Every time we make a video, we get a DM where someone is saying, "Oh my gosh, like my husband came out to me last night and I was thinking that I don't know how to go on with this
Hmm.
relationship or accept this. And then I came across one of your videos and it made me realize, oh, maybe this isn't like the end of our relationship." And it just feels like we maybe they are going through what we're going through, maybe they're not, but if anything, we can be an example of we could just be an example of how it can work. But it
Yeah,
will work if you're with the right person. It all comes down to
exactly.
being with the right person.
Exactly. That's the only ticket.
And if it
That's
doesn't work, you are with the wrong person. I don't care if you've been with them for 31 years.
hmm
If your husband comes out as gay and is like, "This is who I am," and he doesn't want to be with you anymore, I'm really sorry to say that it's not the right match.
yeah. And the hardest thing with that is that when the husband comes out that or the wife or whoever comes out that late into it, so much trust gets shattered.
Yeah,
And that I think the thing that destroys the marriage more than the fact that they're gay or whatever
right.
is that they've been living a lie to this person for so long
Yeah,
that they can't. I mean, how could you look at somebody the same way?
yeah,
It's hard. And as a gay person, I understand why people keep it hidden because it is such a hard thing to deal with. And especially when I look at older people who come out as being gay, I have a lot of sympathy for them because I know they grew up in an even less accepting time than we
right,
did and kept it suppressed and then got married and lived with it for that long.
right.
And but at the end of the day, it's gonna fuck things up because of that.
Yeah,
So I feel for those people and encourage you, if you are in this and you haven't come out to your partner, you got to rip the band-aid off as soon as possible.
yeah. Don't
There's
think you're gonna like all of a sudden make this great reveal and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Um,
you've got to get that out in the open.
for
It
yourself, even.
Yeah,
Don't live for them, but also for yourself. Like, don't live a lie. Feel as free as you can. Like, there's so much power in just being like, I'm gay. And you maybe it will
right,
reveal all of your relationships to you. Maybe what you need to say is I'm gay, but like it doesn't change the fact that I want to stay in this relationship with my wife. I
right,
just want that power.
right,
And I get it too though. Like a lot of the women who message me about these things, they're like, I just don't know if I could get over the fact that my husband is gay. Like
right. And
it
I'm like, that's it. Like it should be that he lied to you for that long, which I
right.
think is what they're saying underneath it all.
Yeah, and it's wild to me because if I don't know, like when you came out to me, like when you came out to me, it didn't change. Like all that it changed was me being like, okay, well, I guess like that's not what you and I are
hmm
at first,
Right.
but it
Because we
never.
weren't dating yet.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, we weren't dating. But the fact that all it did was just make it didn't make me love you less or feel less connected to you.
hmm
We're in a different situation again.
hmm
I grew up in a community where I have had gays in my life since I was a child. It's not.
Yeah.
I think there's some of these women who are in these relationships and then their husband comes out to them and they're like, Maybe this is the first gay they've ever known. It's their
Right.
husband."
Yeah.
And so I feel for them because they're just. I mean, I don't feel for them in some ways because I'm like, what's the big deal? Like,
Right.
he's gay.
Right.
Like, don't. It seems like a little homophobic in some
Yeah.
ways.
But also I have a soft spot for homophobes because I've known so many and
Yeah,
grew up and have loved so many as
exactly.
family and I think that that's one big thing is that we often attack homophobes and I'm like you don't understand that in order for people to ever become accepting you have to be accepting of them in whatever
Yeah,
package they come to
exactly.
you in and they're not always going to align with you and that might be the thing that stings but you've got to meet them with some sort of acceptance and I've gotten to such a content place in my life that I just pity somebody who's homophobic.
Yeah.
I'm just like oh my god like what the hell is your brain living in? But I don't meet them with this, oh, well, how dare they don't accept gay
Right.
people? How dare you? Like,
But
you,
I think a lot of like homophobia just comes from the unknown. I think there are
exactly.
adamant homophobes out there who are like gay people, but then a lot of people who I think like are having like for example like when I was talking about the women who like may have these internalized homophobic responses, I don't think it's because they hate gay people. I think it's like if their husband comes out to them and if you've never met a gay person before and then suddenly you meet a gay person, you've lived your whole life.
Yeah,
It's like the unknown that catches you off
totally.
guard.
Totally.
And I forget how many places in America there are just people who exist in cities where I mean, of course, there's probably gay people walking around them, but these are cities and places where these individuals cannot safely exist as
Right.
gay individuals.
Right.
So they're just
And there's
so
subtlety to it a lot. A lot of the times, like one of the big things people go after is Christians
mhm.
because that's where the majority of a lot of the homosexual backlash comes from. And so a lot of queer people I know think it's okay to hate Christians because they've experienced bigotry from them, and I'm like, well, that's just hatred lumping on top of hatred.
Yeah, no.
And when you actually talk to Christian people who don't support queer lifestyles, it's nuanced. It's like, well, I don't have a problem with them. I just don't agree with the lifestyle. I don't
Yeah.
think they should get married. They'll kind of start to break down like their beliefs, and that's where you can kind of meet them with like, well, hey, I've known gay couples that have been together there for 40, 50 years, are completely successful in having a relationship. And once you start kind of presenting facts to them in that way, you can meet them a little bit more in the middle.
And we've been noticing, and we kind of had this aha moment about a year ago where we're like, we feel like our community and the people who follow us and find us and have supported us for the last few years, there's really not one type
Mm-hmm.
of community. I mean, the community is built up of so many various walks of life, and I think that that's what's so amazing about our relationship is that it somehow is bridging the gap between
Yeah.
people in a way because we're giving them an example of a gay person, but to those who may not have experience with gay individuals in their life, they can kind of be warmed up to it through the idea of, okay, these people are in love.
Right.
And
Right.
so the packaging of it being like two people in love, one of them is gay, has opened so many people's eyes to the gay community in general.
Right.
And to me, it's like the most, I will keep going back to this. It's like the most no brainer situation of all time. It's the embodiment of love is love.
Mm-hmm.
And when love is really love and you choose love in its purest form, that it is.
It is. There's that's it. One other thing we need to talk about is we have recently sparked a debate online about which version of Annie is the best
Oh my
version
gosh.
of Annie, and I cannot believe that not everybody thinks the original 1982 version is the best.
I mean, I cannot believe that. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I can't believe there have been so many renditions of Annie. But what
There's been
I
too
am,
many renditions of Annie.
there have
Two
been.
Annies is
And
appropriate.
apparently Annie goes on a holiday. There have
Oh
been
yeah, that was one I
spin-offs.
watched as a child.
Okay, but was it starring 1999 Annie or
Yeah,
was there
no,
a whole new
it was a
Annie?
whole other Annie.
Okay.
And there was no music. I think she sang The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow at the very end of the movie.
What was it? Christmas?
I don't know
And
maybe it was Christmas.
why do
She
we
went
need
on a
Annie to
cruise, I
celebrate
think.
Christmas again?
I think she was on a cruise ship.
Okay. Okay, so it's like trying to
Daddy
tie.
Warbucks took her on vacation or something, and
Ah,
some
yes.
shenanigans ensued. But that one really, I mean, that one really doesn't count.
But what we have come to find out through this debate is that it seems, unless your parents were just like, no, no, elite, I'm going to culture my children, it seems that the Annie that people prefer is the Annie that they grew up with.
Right.
So a lot of Gen Z specifically really got into Annie
Yeah.
1999.
Well, that one was televised a lot.
Right, but that Annie to me is like the version of Annie that I would want to see if I was like seeing it on the stage. In terms of the supreme Annie movie, it's 1982. Yes, I think that the casting of Alan Cumming and Kristen Chenoweth and Audra,
Yeah. Which I didn't even remember. I mean, I saw that one as a child, and I had no idea that they were the cast.
three of my favorite performers of all time.
Yeah.
However, no one will ever top 1982's Hannigan with Carol
Well,
Burnett
yeah.
and Bernadette Peters as Lily St. Regis and Tim Curry.
Yeah.
They are the archetypes for
Yeah.
this. They, it's just to me they are. I mean, and then Eileen Quinn as Annie,
Mm-hmm.
Albert Finney,
Yep.
and Ryan
And
King.
Ryan King. It's directed by John Huston, who's one of the great film directors of old Hollywood. I mean,
Right.
he was the Maltese Falcon and the African Queen, and I mean, so many amazing films, and notorious drunk. But in his later years, I mean, that's probably his standout movie. But it was really hated by critics when it came out. It was not well received, which is shocking. But I think it just gained a cult following. And I think when it was a very popular movie for people to rent on VHS.
The sun'll
Come
come out
out
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Okay, so yesterday I actually watched the Eileen Quinn Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow versus the 1999 Annie, and I'm sorry, but like I'm just not moved by
I'm
1999
not either.
Annie's rendition.
But I didn't, it took me recently, I realized that she does not sing The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow after she runs away from the orphanage in the old movie. The only time she sings it is to the president.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
weird because I do like it being placed when she's running away from the orphanage. It's like that's the iconic moment from the musical.
Well, yeah, she has that moment with the dog
Hmm.
and it's really
And
sweet.
none of the three movies, we're not even going to acknowledge that 2014 version really, but none of them have "We'd Like to Thank You, Herbert Hoover" as a
I
number.
know.
And
And
I'm like, why are you not doing that?
so why do we even have FDR in the movie? I mean, it gives the arc to FDR
It does. It also
because
sets the tone of the
the
time and the
time.
depression and why Miss Hannigan is the way she is, why all Miss Hannigan is a byproduct of the depression.
Yeah.
And she's an alcoholic, she's down and out
And
and
it shows why Lily and Rooster are so desperate to get this check for Annie being
right.
Annie's
Right.
parents because they want to get out of this situation.
Right. So
They're
it
sick of it.
it gives a texture to the antagonists that almost it doesn't make you empathize, but it makes you understand them better. And it's a great number. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. Who knew I
Could
could steal?
steal that
We'd like
brassy
to thank
woman
you,
on the
Herbert
original
Hoover. And then it's oh god, it feels like it should be a little soft shoe, like
for really showing us
this
the
is the way.
way.
Oh, na,
It's
na, na, na. God, I love that song.
yep. Should we do our
Herbert
confessions?
Hoover, we do have to acknowledge the 2014 one.
The 2014 one is a thing, and that's it. It sucks.
Yeah. First of all, Cameron Diaz as Miss Hannigan. That's no, 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 no,
All
no.
they
I also hated Taraji P. Henson, one of my favorite actresses. Actually, I love her. I love her. But she was not good in the live
Oh
version of
yeah, she
Annie
was.
as Miss
That one
Hannigan.
was.
Sorry,
You
Taraji.
know who was really good in that live version though was
Henry Connick Jr.?
yeah as Warbucks. He was
Henry Connick or Harry Connick?
Harry Connick
Why did I
Jr.
say Henry?
he is unreal in
Oh
that.
my God, he was so good. His voice, oh,
Yeah.
unreal. But my other issue with the 2014 is what did you do with the music?
The
And
music, that's the thing that's unforgivable. You don't mess with that score.
I
You
think
can
I'm gonna like it here.
you can take out a couple numbers or rearrange things or maybe like
Yeah.
do one new number, but do not mess with the iconic songs. I mean
Yep.
the little girls, the version of Little Girls is terrible. They add this song where Jamie Foxx
Yeah, because
sings to her in
Cameron
a
Diaz isn't a
helicopter.
singer. No, they
No.
did, the problem is they
Sia
didn't.
wrote a song that's like what?
They used non-singers,
Yeah.
cast singers in musical roles, and then it will all fall into place.
Yeah,
But I will end on that note with the 1982 version is the best
it
version.
is the
Doesn't mean we're
best.
not fans of the 99, but the Supreme version, 82. Now,
Confession time.
confession, confession. Who's got a confession? Okay.
Some of these have been short and sweet and like, whoa, like they pack a punch in one line this
Oh,
week.
wow. Once at a college party, I had to shit real bad. The line was so long. It was in a rich area, so I went outside a few houses down and shit on the lush green grass, then scooted my butt, making a snail trail for about 5 feet. Then I went back to the party.
Well, it's fertilizer.
It is, it's fertilizer, but first of all, 5 feet snail trail.
Hmm.
That's very,
I can kind of picture this going down. Like I can
I can
kind of
picture
see like
it.
I don't have anything to wipe and now I'm gonna scoot like a dog with worms
Right.
and get it all out.
Right. I mean, look, Jacob and I have both been in a situation, but Jacob and I
Ugh,
have both shat our pants before
yeah.
while
Me
driving.
me twice, right?
You shat twice. It's only happened to me once.
Well,
This is
actually,
like
in my
if you're still listening, you are real
yeah,
troopers. But
I've only actually shit my pants one time, like where it was in my pants like that.
oh no, I did it before. But I was not. I was driving from LA to San Diego, and and yeah, it
It just
just
happened.
I and you know the thing is like before I ever had that experience, I was like, how do people ever do that? Like you should like
Yeah,
know your body better than that. But when these instances happen, there is no warning. It just happens.
I will say I think there is a higher probability of it happening in this city than anywhere else because
You're stuck in
you're
traffic.
stuck in traffic and it is hard to find bathrooms
Yeah,
sometimes.
every freaking establishment is like, no
Yeah.
public restrooms. I'm like, I'll happily buy something.
Yeah.
And then you buy something and they're like, sorry, our restroom's broken. It's it's
It can
very
be
hard.
difficult.
It can be it's the one thing that makes me it's one of the things I should say that makes me consider moving to somewhere a little less,
Of more bathroom accessible.
yeah, for sure. But look, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah. I
I
mean, try
just
not to do it on somebody's lawn.
and try not to do it where with if there are like you could get a ticket for indecent exposure.
Yeah, which I think is ridiculous. I think we should be allowed at least to pee in public.
Well,
Which I think most people get away with, but
if it's an emergency,
if
but
it's an
not
emergency, yeah. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be encouraged. It shouldn't be like whatever, just go piss. But it should be like if you've got to go, just go. As long as you're like taking some discretion and not just like whipping it out in public. You
yeah.
if you're concealing
You don't
yourself,
want people to be able to pee everywhere though, because then the city smells like
that's true.
urine.
That's true.
It's disgusting. It's like I can't even if I'm in a parking garage in Los Angeles, I can't even take the stairs ever
Hmm.
because people pee in those freak and no matter where you are, even in Beverly Hills,
Hmm.
people just wander in and use it as their urinal. Wow.
Okay. You're absolved of your sin.
You're absolved of your sin, but I've lost my appetite.
My confession is I accidentally broke my mom's TV and a pillar from a museum.
Was it the Parthenon?
I
did
w-
did did they notice?
And was it a pillar that's like holding up the roof or the ceiling, or is it like a pillar that a priceless vase is on top of or something? Like, what kind of a pillar?
Right, because you're pretty strong if you can just knock a pillar
Yeah.
down. And usually, anytime I've been in a museum, there's usually security, cameras. That's an
Is that
accomplishment.
something you lean on and then it's like,
Yeah, I really want to know the details of how this happened. Your mom's TV, was she mad? Did
hmm
she know?
yeah.
Did you break the actual TV in it, like the TV itself, or did you just break,
You
was it?
throw something at it,
Yeah,
or was it like you
you broke the
pushed the wrong
wires. You pushed
buttons?
the wrong buttons. That's a. Have you ever broken anything?
I've broken many things.
Oh, yes, you have. Uh,
But I've never broken a TV.
yeah, you just break all of the glasses I care about.
I know. You have those thin wine glasses
Yeah.
and they would get stacked up in our small kitchen in our old apartment and then get shattered.
Well, we shouldn't be stacking wine glasses.
No, they should be rinsed out by the user. And I'm pretty sure I've never used a wine glass. Mhm.
Well, guilty of this. Why am I getting all the fucking disgusting ones?
I don't know. It's your baggage.
I fed people my toenails.
Ugh.
You guys, these are all so gross. I'm
Why?
so sorry that
This
you have
one
to listen.
needed more to the
Context.
story. You can't just tell us that and be like, because that's just wrong.
Did you force feed them your toenails? Or did you sneak them
Bake it
into
into
a little
something.
recipe? Ugh, this is why I do not go to potlucks. I do not eat food that is prepared by other people. This is something you need
This
to
is
know
one of
about
your
me.
rules, and
I
I
my,
think it's a smart rule.
I will never eat at a potluck
Yeah.
ever unless I have seen the oven and know the person who is baking it really well. I will not eat a thing that is cooked by another person, which also like makes no sense because I will eat food at a restaurant and I don't want to know what goes on back there.
Mm,
But at least they're held to some safety standard. Well, I don't know
yeah.
because we walked into Erewhon a few weeks ago and someone put their actual lizard on the top of the tonic bar.
hmm
So, and then
Yeah.
they had recently gotten a B rating on one of their things too.
I also, when there's like a gathering of people and
Oh,
there's
it's so
food,
gross.
even if it's not a potluck, I try
Mm-mm.
to be the first one in line to when they say it's time to eat, I'm like up into the thing because I don't want it after everybody's picked at it and it's been
Oh,
sitting out. I just disgust. Or even, you know what else bothers me? Like a communal cheese board.
oh yeah.
I get really disgusted by that. Like if
Unless you're
it's
at
a
like a dinner
small,
party with our
yeah, if it's a
friends.
small group of people that I love, great. If there's 10 plus people at a party and
Nope.
there's a cheese board out, I'm really really cautious about touching it because
Another thing I hate though is that oftentimes people will like go up to these communal food stations and they'll like grab their food and then they'll like start eating the things that are
yeah,
on their plate
and having
as they're hovering
conversations.
over the food. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want your crumbs from your mouth falling back onto the food.
Ugh.
It's disgust. Ugh,
Yeah,
a
we went to a
potluck.
Christmas party last year, and the people that were gathered around the food, yakking and talking and laughing and all over the food, and I'm
Ugh.
like, you fucking
Yeah, I'm like, I
idiots,
can't eat that.
get away.
Yeah, like you
Sit
see
down.
breadcrumbs falling out of their mouth.
Ugh.
It was so
Food is
gross.
one of my ones that gets under my skin.
Yeah, I'm
Something
very
can be dirty and I'm like, oh, whatever. But when food is out on thing, or when you have me put that yogurt on your sunburn, like that sort of stuff disgusts me.
But the difference is like I know that disgusts you, but that yogurt came directly from our fridge onto my
Yeah, but I
legs.
don't want it on your legs.
Well, it cooled me down.
I'm glad it cooled you down. I don't want food touching my body. I don't even like when I'm preparing food and it's all over my hands. Like when I'm breading the chicken, like I'm going to make that chicken tonight and bread it, I get like disgusted when like the egg and the stuff gets on my hands. Although you're supposed to have a system where one hand does the wet and then the other hand does the dry so that it doesn't clump. But
I would never know because I don't enter the kitchen but to eat
mhm.
or to hover over Jacob and ask him what he's doing.
Right. Or to scald me for breaking one of your wine glasses that is in a
You know what?
tower in the.
I'm going to be very fair that I've never scalded you. You usually have the fear of God in you when you've broken a wine glass and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "It's totally okay.
I do.
It's totally
'Cause
okay."
I know what a scalding is like from you.
Okay, now this one is a here's this is for you.
Just got sober off fentanyl and crack. This is the longest I've been sober since I was 14, but I just wanted to tell you that.
This is the best confession
I
of the
know.
day.
I'm very proud of
This is
this person.
honestly, this is congratulations. Thank you for being so vulnerable with us and sharing this because that is not an easy thing to admit to yourself, yet to the world,
Hmm.
but it feels really good to be accountable, I'm sure.
Yeah. I've never done either one of those things,
Right,
but
me
I'm
neither.
sure that
But we've
that
all had our own
we've all
addictions.
had our own addictions. I've had addictions that have been very difficult to break. Breaking cigarettes was one of the, I mean, I smoked pot for 10 years straight every single day. I've done other things, but cigarettes is really freaking hard. And I mean, that's a cigarette. I cannot imagine fentanyl and crack and anything else. So I commend anybody who does that. It's very brave. It's very, very hard, um, and it's never an even journey. It doesn't just suddenly get better. It's a one day is better and one day is worse, and one day it's like for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, for maybe for the rest of your life, you probably are going to be dealing with the desire to want to use again.
But the interesting thing is, I will say that you have been away from cigarettes for so long that now like when you even remind like when you say oh I used to smoke cigarettes it's like you did
Yeah,
like it's like so long gone now
yeah,
that and even when we're on our daily walks you when if you walk by someone and they're smoking a cigarette you're disgusted
yeah. I mean,
like
I've
it's not
it's
something
full
you
circle.
crave
It's full circle
anymore.
been the thing where now I'm like, how did I ever put that in my body? So I
Yeah,
do imagine with other drugs and things, you probably, I mean, the thing you probably are gonna continue to crave is being out of your mind.
yeah,
Like being out of consciousness. That's probably the high, the sort of that those moments, you know, I always say there's like when you do a drug, there's like a couple hours of bliss where life just feels like, I mean, so calm and wonderful. And those are for these short couple hours.
yeah, but then the
And
next three
the
days
next
after
three
you've
days are a
smoked
wreck.
pot you're just like the moodiest person ever.
Right, right. And that's, and any drug will do that. And you're taking you're
It's
those
like if I
bright
drink too
couple.
many martinis, the next morning I
Oh
wake
yeah.
up and I'm like, ugh. When it's like you after two martinis, you're kind of like at the perfect, like, I'm great.
Yeah.
Why did I even drink more?
Yeah. And it's like, so you always probably will miss that feeling of like numbness or of like enhanced from those first little bit, but you'll be
Maybe.
like, God, the other parts of my life that I've gotten back is like I can't believe
See,
it.
that's exactly what I'm thinking is that the
Yeah,
fact that once you experience how good life is without it, you don't want to risk losing the good.
right.
So I think that even the thought of being out of your mind can be disgusting to
Yeah.
you.
Well, and they say that thing, it's like when you are addicted to something, you give up everything for that one thing. And when
Hmm.
you quit it, you get everything back.
Right.
And
So really keep going with this. And if there's something that you want to, that you're like a substance you're using and you want to rid yourself of it, it could even just be like sugar addiction. Just
yeah,
know, I mean, that's like one of the worst addictions,
yeah.
to be honest.
There's a lot of like these socially acceptable addictions out there
Hmm.
that we don't acknowledge, I think, in our life because they're legal or because they have been kind of popularized in culture, that a lot of people get away with and don't realize that their life is consumed by.
Like, I think an energy drink is just as bad as meth.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's just as bad as
But
meth,
it
but
might as well do as much damage to your heart
yeah,
and your brain as I mean, again, you're putting different chemicals in your body. One's FDA approved, one's not.
right.
But FDA approved by what standards?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we all have our stuff. We all have our things that we want to that we hold on to. And if you can get rid of a substance and get over a substance like that,
Yeah.
that it's almost like just know how amazing it is that your thing is you were able to do that.
Yeah, you've
And
done the scariest part. The scariest part is putting it down.
mhm,
That's the part where you're like I just remember when I would, because I tried to quit cigarettes and pot so many times and would fall back into it. But I
right.
remember the worst. Well, it was like there was always this anxiety about putting it down. That was like, okay, I'm gonna have my last one.
Well, because it becomes part of your personality,
Yeah, and
something you hide behind.
yeah, but then the hard part in the later end is that life will start to feel boring without it. You
Right.
will have this period where you go, am I ever really going to be happy again? Because all I want is just to be high or just to smoke or just to do whatever. And that window will start to shrink. Those feelings after weeks, months, years, you'll get away from that, and that will. I remember when that Amy Winehouse documentary,
Oh yeah.
they were talking about how she had just gotten out of rehab, and then she won a Grammy or something, or she won like Artist of the Year, some big award, and they were having this thing for her, this event. And it was like this big, huge, like the top moment of her career while she was alive, and she just looked over at her friend and she was like, life is so boring without drugs.
Right.
And it's like, it really, it feels that way, even when great things are happening. So just get past that point. Do any, like they say, just be sober today. You don't
Because
have to.
life isn't boring. Life's exciting when you can actually feel things. It's like fun to feel anxiety sometimes. As long as you, that's another thing though. Some people are addicted to things like anxiety
Oh,
or dwelling
worrying.
or like, or just emotional things. So if you
Mhm.
could, putting a substance down is almost easier than putting your own emotions down.
Totally.
But
Anger is an addiction.
it's exactly,
Like
but
I've
it's
had anger
worth,
addiction.
yes, you
It's
have.
just like you get a dopamine rush from it.
Yeah. But it's stuff that can be worked through, and part of the best thing about being alive is being able to recognize, wow, I feel things. Sometimes I feel great sadness, sometimes I feel immense happiness, but you would never feel the happiness if you didn't have the sadness. And it's learning how to regulate. I think the main part of being human is that you want to get better each time you have that reaction, and learn how to regulate your emotions to a place where you might not have perfect control over them. And I don't think any human has everything under control, but you at least have massaged the muscle enough to know that you can handle having emotions and feeling things, and you know where to put them and how to heal them.
Yeah.
So you got to be brutally honest with yourself. Thanks for being brutally honest with us, all
Yeah.
of you.
Thank you.
Even if some of your honesty was just brutally, I mean, you were brutally honest, all right, even
Mm-hmm.
though it was gross. But all of you, we absolve you of your
In the name
sins,
of the Father,
child, in
and
the
the
name of
Son,
the
and of
Father, Son.
the You must say 50 Hail Marys, 30 Hail Jacob and Samantha's, and send some money to our Cash App. You better subscribe to this. If you will not be absolved of your sin if you don't follow this podcast, share
Mhm.
it with all your friends.
And send us a confession that you have,
In
and
the
maybe
DMs.
maybe you will appear on our episode.
Maybe now this
This
prayer's
prayer's
the
the
last
last
one
one
of
of its
its
kind.
kind.
Won't
Won't you
you
please
please
come
come
get
get your
your baby?
baby?
Maybe.
Maybe. I did see through all this Annie hype that there was this one person who commented, "Are you really a theater kid if you did not sit by a window and sing Maybe in your childhood bedroom, even though you had two perfectly great parents downstairs in the kitchen?" It's amazing.
Kid can dream
And
of
I
being an
just love,
orphan.
yeah, I just love that we've like reached a level of like of life right now where the thing that's trending is Annie.
I know. It's finally something we can get behind.
Annie and the Rover girl who did die of a drug overdose, sadly.
Oh.